We were founded to prevent censorship in film. There are 122 members. 41 of them are young film students. They're also young filmmakers. We have editors. We have professionals. We have historians. We have people that just really love film. We do have an influence going back to 1934. It happened one night. Nobody paid attention to it, and then we actually awarded it our best film. Then, you know, people are talking about Chariots of Fire as something that Slumdog Millionaire may be. We gave it our best film. It went on against all odds to win the Oscar for Best Film.
This is the Slumdog Millionaire. He doesn't need an introduction, but it's very exciting to be able to talk to you right now when you guys are pretty much on top of the world, literally. Hollywood Foreign Press, SAG, Broadcast Film Critics, everywhere.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I can't believe. I mean, at one point I heard the news that this film was going to go straight to DVD, and now we're here. Yep. And you know, I guess we've got to thank all these people. You know, word of mouth has got it where it is, and I just feel blessed to be part of this production.
There's this rooting factor. There's people that are even saying Slumdog is the first movie of the Obama generation. You know,
that is awesome. You know? Well, I've got ears like his.
I know. And you're tall and skinny.
Yeah.
That'll be your
Not
next
as talented,
role.
but yeah.
the young Barack Obama. According to the odds, in just about a month from now, I don't know if you want me to say this or not, maybe you will be walking up to collect the Academy Award.
According to what? The
According
odds?
to the odds.
I don't gamble.
You don't gamble?
Don't gamble.
Okay, not a gambling.
It's incredibly exciting. And you know, because you were at Toronto, that only a few weeks earlier we had no US distributor. Warner Independent had just closed down, and we were at sea. And it was Toronto, the screening there, that saved our lives, really. I tell you, the thing that I feel most proud of is that people on the street don't just come up to you and say, oh, I liked your film, or I admired it, or it was a great movie. They say, I loved that film. And somehow the film has got into people's hearts. And you can never guess that you can do it. You can try for your whole life as a writer to do that. But to do it once like this is amazing.
Here with Regis Philbin, the man who is the real face of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But let me ask you, what do you make of this movie? This whole
I couldn't figure it out how he knew all the answers until near the end.
Would you have had him tortured?
No. But the fact that they built the whole plot around that show really fascinated me. And it was great to see the lights go down, the music come in. It reminded me of all the anguish and the joy that we had about 10 years ago.
Are you going to be starring in the American sequel?
I think so. I better. I wanted to be in this one.
I have to ask you, so often we've seen you playing sort of the ugly duckling who blossoms into the beauty. Here, she's sort of the ugly duckling who has to actually really confront her ugly.
You clearly are from LA, aren't you?
There are small roles now. You know, when you come on for 2 minutes and you're just delivering the pizza, and you have one line, that's a small role. But this is just a small amount of time, but it's a very big role. I had the script for 4 months. This woman comes into the scene with a history and a past, and she has to make an effect that then determines the end for Sister Aloysius. She's a pivotal part of the script. Literally the other day I was trying to think who won all the awards, the Oscars last year, and I couldn't think of, because at the end of the day you still have to go back to being an actor, the winning, the losing, the whose dress you're wearing, the whose makeup you're wearing. I mean, does it really matter? Seriously.
Here's a question for you. Serious business.
Yeah.
Dan White, George W. Bush. Who was more reviling for you to play?
God. You know what? You try to look for the redeeming factor in both of them in order to be able to play it. I have my judgments for sure. One is alive and well and, you know, out the door. And they were both difficult. I'll say that. Listen, man, there's not one person for a part. No. There's many, many actors, and that's how it works. And suddenly when I bring up Matt Damon and all that, they go, ooh,
no, well, I mean,
Josh and Matt Damon are going
not
together.
At all.
No.
Maybe Russell Crowe.
I think,
I'm just kidding.
not even Russell.
I'm just kidding. You've said it's the last performance of your carear.
I don't know that. I said that after $1 Million Baby, too. And now I'm saying it here. It probably will be, because in 1970, when I did my first picture as a director, I said, you know, I'm going to retire in a couple of years, and maybe I can stand in the back of the camera. And I've been saying that for 38 years. So,
well, many of the critics who have seen Gran Torino have said that it brings together pieces of your other movies all the way up to now. Do you see that, or is that a conscious decision, or is that?
I never saw it that way, but I mean, whatever anybody wants to read into it, I saw it as an interesting story for the times and economy and the world that we live in, and the type of people. I've known people like this guy, and so it was fun to do that. And also it was fun to take him into a state of retribution, a state of learning about tolerance, learning about a lot of things that he had never involved himself with before.
You've been recognized with Best Picture Oscars, Best Director Oscars. Would a Best Actor Oscar mean something special for you?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.